I can get a couple more. Don't talk to me like that.
I have the money. Well, let me try until it happens. No, I think the key with anyone, even with the team members, if they're committed with you and they believe in your vision and they follow you and they become leaders and then you follow them, because that's what trust is all about. Then you have something special, you know. But brace yourself for disappointment because it's not easy. I could have all the things required to be successful. I have the technology, I have the education, I have the platform, I have the connections, and it still doesn't happen because sometimes you need to be there at the right time, with the right people, and it's like the universe, aligns somehow, right? But that's not a reflection on you. You know, what you do when you learn, when you move forward, when you just don't waste your time in trivial things, you become a better person. You transform yourself. You increase the probabilities that something spectacular happens to you. It may not happen in your life, but you're working towards it, and that is called passion. It keeps you alive. Is the reason. It's the ikigai. It's your ikigai. Your reason to be. If you have that, doesn't matter how many times you fails. You just get up and keep on trying again. And that's what has happened with me in the metaverse. Yeah, there's a lot of criticism. Oh, yeah, the metaverse disappears. Okay. They didn't even try to see what opportunities you find in this 3D world. I mean, we're talking about digital twins. Companies are interested in that concept, digital twins, but that has to happen in the metaverse.
Yeah,
right?
man.
We talk about NFTs. How's that going to happen?
Appreciate all y'all for
Right?
tuning in. It's your boy Mojo Dojo, right?
Teaching.
So I'm gonna be
Training.
talking to y'all on
I mean,
Clubhouse and here.
I don't know if
saying I'm
any of
really
you
doing
have
this shit.
tried to teach in the metaverse, really, but not a spatial or playing games, really, geared towards companies. Because let's face it, to this point, it's still expensive to actually run a business in the metaverse. But there are companies who are interested and they will pay for it because they have the resources. But let's say if you don't do that, let's say you just do it for your own. You can create, as it was spoken here, a community. Because that would be a way to actually reduce the cost.
This is what he's
Because
talking about.
among all the members of the community, what you're going to be able to do is contribute to the connections. Because the connections, the concurrent connections to the metaverse, they're not cheap. They're not cheap. And if we decide not to go that way and stay with some, good luck. There's other people who are going to just take advantage of the dynamics that you find, on 3D environment teaching. And then I'm not talking about, put your glasses and think that you're in a space. No, that's not a game. It's like teaching the traditional way, but with a different environment, without glasses, in a 3D space, right? There are platforms that give you that power. So you choose, whether we want to share our knowledge as a way of, I would say it like this, legacy.
Appreciate y'all for
I don't
tuning
know
in.
if it
And
happens to you, but it happens to me. It's like,
you.
God, like how many years
I'm
do I
gonna be going
have
to work,
left
right?
of life?
I'm gonna be going to work. Showing y'all some stuff I'm doing behind.
Pause. It's gonna stay with me and it's gonna die with me. Wouldn't it be
Make
great
sure
to
that y'all
actually
can hear.
perpetuate
If you can hear me,
whatever
type.
good or bad I
Let's see what you
learned?
guys say.
That has been the case throughout humanity, through human history.
That working? I think
You know, we want to perpetuate some piece of our presence, brief presence in this world. And we have the technology to actually do that. Well, that's what I'm working on the metaverse, creating spaces, for legacy. Legacy not just for me or for
I gotta work
whoever
with
wants
this,
to do
man.
that, but for companies. Think about this for a moment. Think about this. There's a concept that really gets my attention, which is a business brain. And this ties directly with the onboarding idea that I just shared with you, right? The process.
Sweet.
Think about how much does it cost to companies that an employee comes, gets the knowledge, packs the knowledge, and goes to another company. As a professional, I have done that. I've learned in certain companies, I get the knowledge, and then I move on. That, as a consultant, is usually the case. The consultant comes, gets the information, gets some good insights that are helpful to the company, but since he's a consultant, he leaves. Think about it. And that is a good consultant. What about employees that have been there for 20, 30 years?
Trying to see if I
Knowledge
can get in here,
that
man.
you know that if they leave,
That's for my
you'll be
cap.
in
I want to go
trouble.
to work.
Well, no one
You know
is
what I'm saying?
impresentable. I mean, irreplaceable. No one, right? No one. Right? They will replace you, right? But the point is, you will create some havoc in the company, right? They'll suffer for a little while and then they will
Yeah.
adjust. But what if you can capture the knowledge in the business brain? Can you do that? A business that you can actually connect the way we're connecting, like AI, and ask questions. Let's say, Oscar, we create a business brain of everything he knows, and then we come,
Yeah, man.
to an app like Clubhouse, and we just ask, Oscar, wherever you are in the universe, not that I wish you that, Oscar, God forbid, but if that ever happens, which will happen with me and you, wouldn't it be wonderful to actually connect and say, what do you think, Oscar, about this? What do you think, Herman, about this? I mean, we're doing that with AI right now. I'm amazed. I don't know about you, but the way I write prompts, and I'm like, I get these amazing results, and I'm like, God, I don't need anyone else. Just interaction with GPT, and it gets better, and it gets better, and it gets better. I go like, okay, how wonderful will this be if I can talk to my father? Just have the sense that he's talking to me. I know it's not real, but don't we do the same thing, when we pray and we think we're talking to someone when actually we're not? But this is more like an evidence that there's a connection, there's something there. It's amazing. Just imagine if you do it in a business, that you say business. And that's what we're doing with AI. We are enriching AI every single day with whatever we share. And, let me give you an example. I have a methodology that is very unique,
I'm coming
and
in, man.
no one knows about it, doesn't exist, but I already share it with AI because I am fixing, patching things, right? Well, I disconnect. 2 weeks later, I ask AI if he has
Time to ready to go.
heard about
So
this methodology.
I'm about to
Now
go
he
in.
has.
If y'all have
Now
some
knows
questions
about these
about
8
what you want me to
centers, what
do,
I call,
some of this AI,
of
you want me
business
to help
action.
you make something, let me know.
Now he don't
I'm about
understand.
to get
So
on
just
stage here,
imagine
tell this brother,
the
I
potential,
need to, work a little
for
bit.
a business brain. That would be another topic, my dear Oscar. How could we build
You know
a
what I'm
business
saying? I'm trying to go
brain?
to
Let me
work.
give you an idea. Obsidian,
He's still talking. I'm trying to
Notion
go to
could be
work.
good, but Obsidian, I
Search
already
German.
see that
I'm trying to
happening
work.
in Obsidian, where you can actually create your own digital brain, save all the content of your knowledge. Just imagine that is the direction that I'm taking next after I launch, which is the
I'm back,
digital
bro.
brain. Let's hope we can actually do
I'm back, bro.
that. It's amazing. You can see in Obsidian, you can actually see if you replicate, if you do take the time to to transfer your knowledge, you will see your brain digitally. I mean, all the nodes, you will see it. It's fascinating, but you need time. You need to be committed. So I'm committed to you to come to talk to you, my dear friend. Uh, Always a pleasure to be here. I hope I share and I help bring in interesting subjects tonight. Thank you for letting me share freely. Thank you.
Man, hey yo, I need everybody. I don't got no sound anymore, right? I'm on the computer now. Somebody give my man some fire. Somebody give my man some drums. Somebody give my man the horn. Dun 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 dun. You know what I'm saying? I appreciate you, bro. I definitely really appreciate you. Like I said,
Thank you, man.
I'm gonna keep my promise, right? And I definitely want to connect with you, brother. I'm teaching myself how to build a metaverse. I'm using Unreal Engine 5. I got a little bit of background in Objective-C, transferring to Swift, getting the full stack development certificate, and also getting my Agile Scrum certificate so I can, just operate a little bit better at a more efficient pace. But definitely want to talk to you about that. I was showing y'all, I'm ready. Visions, I got the link up. I can't put it in the chat. I put it in the chat. I can't link it because I'm on the computer. But I want to, while we're up, I want to show you guys how I'm using Canva and kind of some of the
Also, I have a question
stuff.
for you.
What's up, brother?
I have a question. And it is not a tricky question. It's something that an advice that somebody, a brilliant architect, gave me probably 23 years ago. No, I'm going to pass it to you. But first, I'm going to ask you a question. What would you want to develop, on the metaverse? Develop, really develop. What would you do then?
I would, in my metaverse, I would create an interactive metaverse.
Now, what? Why would you get deep into development,
Why would I
into the
get?
metaverse?
I want to create a world that I can help people create, that I can do my best to apply some of the principles that I've learned and see how I can interact with people on a larger scale to reach them anywhere at any time to help them do almost anything to add positivity to their life. I want to be able to allow people to create things that they thought that were impossible. And I want others to be able to help them do it while being able to not only live inside the universe, but also use it to live within the real world and have it be beneficial, whether they're in it or out.
So you want to save the world, right? In a way, make the world a better place,
I just want
just like me.
I would like to add something. Yeah, it would be instead, and then I would think I'm trying to be more modest, right? Because I believe I'm capable of doing a lot of things, a lot of great things. I would just like to
But
create.
you won't, my friend.
No, it's
You won't. You know the reality. I'm getting to a point with this.
no, I know what you mean.
As
And
a software developer,
mhm.
really, 25 years ago when the .com happened, I was there, right? And there was a big transition. This is bigger, Mojo.
Oh yeah,
This is
facts.
bigger.
I just told him this is way bigger. This is
This
like
is way bigger.
this is like the gold of the internet. This is like the oil of the internet. This is like electricity. This is like fire.
Exactly.
This is like
But we're just at the beginning on
yeah,
top of that. That
and that's what
the
I
other
said.
one was a wave. This is a tsunami. But the reason why I'm asking you this is because I realized back then that, and I got that advice back then, Mojo,
Hmm.
that from an architect, if you're, man, you're really good. You're a developer, but you have learned how to sell. You're selling our products. You're
Facts.
in multimedia. Remember the Flash era, the animations and all that. I was like, but you know where the money is? I was like,
Natasha, thank
development.
you.
No, he was no, and he was brilliant. He was the brightest architect. He was deaf. He was deaf, but he could actually. He was like Beethoven.
Mm,
He was like Beethoven. He would just create symphonies with code. I couldn't do that. So I was like, well, if he cannot do it, and he's telling me an advice, though, Herman, architecture, integration. And that's what I would advise, Mojo. I've seen what you need, and the requirements that you need to actually get into development
for sure.
in the metaverse. I chose the path, to be at the architectural level. I think you're gonna be better off because things are gonna change so much. that be part of a team, a development team, but not on your own.
Oh, no, no, German. I
I
want to
mean,
talk to you too, brother. I mean, I'm all into, I want to know what to do, and I understand that there are people that are far better at that craft. I want to position myself to be competent enough. If I'm going to ask somebody to do something, I can step in and help them do it. And that's just why I like that. And I've been teaching myself this for like 4 or 5 years. My god aunt, she has her own software development company. She actually introduced me to some people that worked in Washington, and they built this smart park with Microsoft. So I'm positioning myself to, when I make this proposal, to be competent.
mm,
The last thing that I'm going to do is go to the people that can get something done and present it in a way that's not ready. Oh, I'm not going to waste nobody's time. Especially, I understand the hierarchy when it comes to idea, conception, planning, development, and then launch. And I know the difference between people that I can talk to about it and people I talk to
mm,
about it that can make it happen. I'm not going to present
mm.
something to somebody that can make it happen until it's ready, because you're not going to get that opportunity again. You don't get to
Eh,
just, you don't just
that
get
is my point.
you don't
You
just get
see
to be
that?
like, hey, I got this
Exactly.
idea, and then they're like, yo, this is the fifth time, bro. And then when certain people are at a certain level, and there's certain people that I know that I can't afford, not with financial, longevity, but I know that I can afford with sweat equity and or other possibilities of partnership. If I can bring somebody in more money than what they would charge me, and I can prove it, I think they may do business with me. Oh, I may not be able to pay your $10,000 fee, but if I get you 3 or 4 or 5 people that'll do it, can I get 2 meetings? I'm pretty sure they'll say yes. They're going to talk to you, but you have to be able to do it. And this is why, even right now, right, I'm going to create, and just out of respect for the house, when I do anything with branding, I do anything with, when we do our social media stuff and how I'm trying to use the technology. This is why I said, I have that link. I'm going to be recording this. I don't care if I get 1, 2, 0, whatever followers, whatever views, right? I'm going to show you how I use Canva, and I'm going to make a custom template for the sustainability. I don't know why I keep getting stuck on that word. Sustainability leadership group. I'm gonna show you guys how I make a template for that, right? I'm gonna make a little template so anytime I post, out of respect for the group, instead of having my own branding and my own name on there, I'm gonna make sure that if there was a logo or if there was some type of recognition, that I can, promote this brand. And this is just going to be a simple alteration of what I'm already doing. So I already have this template for myself. So if anybody, while you're paying attention, I'm gonna go to my site and I'm gonna show you how I'm doing this, right? I'm using this tool called Streamlabs. I like it, uh, just off the simple fact that it's really, really affordable. To me, you get a lot of stuff. You get the Talk Studio. This is what I'm using right now to make sure that I can stream to you all. And then I get the podcast editor that, anytime that this stream is over, it's automatically going to save to the cloud. I can download it to the cloud. I can take out all the the skips and everything. And then after that, I can press one button and it gives me the entire, it gives me like 10 to 15 clips. You can edit those a little bit to make them social media. I'll show you how I'll use them, but then you'll also get the full transcript, right? So I'll show you what it looks like. So we'll go here. And if you're looking at my screen right now, I'm actually inside. So if you click on that Facebook link, you'll see me right now. So when I click into side of Streamlabs, it'll show you everything. It shows you the entire, transcript. So what I would do, I would take a little bit of this transcript, right? I'm just going to take a little bit right here. Just going to copy a little bit, copy, paste it. And then what I would do, just something simple, I would go to something like so that's the transcript that I took this transcript, and I would go to Chat GPT and I would say something simple, right? Say something simple. And I always address Chat GPT. So I'm gonna do a little bit. I always say, hey, Chat GPT, I need you to operate as a professional blog writer who has been curating content for 1,000 years, but remain humble and never, yeah, remain and never mention this. Use this content to create a short blog post promoting my YouTube channel at Mojo Dojo. So right now, and then my chat GPT is connected to the internet. So you'll be able to scan the internet. So it's going to look through some things. But what I'm using this for, and the reason why I really, really like this, so it tells me some of the things that it's talk about, the etiquette, but it tells me what my blog would be about, right? So as I get my blog, my response tells me about the etiquette. Now I'll say those key insights in mind can you curate and design 3 blog topics to um, engage our audience. There should be 3 specific types of content curated. One should bring awareness. Yep. No, this is what I'm doing. I'm creating a blog post. I'm showing you how we use this template, right? So this is the Mojo Dojo template. When I go to the Mojo Dojo template, I'm gonna show you. It's on where is it at? No, right here. This is the Mojo Dojo template. So what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna edit in the background. I'm gonna create something for the sustainability leadership group post. I'm gonna create something for us here. And then in this video, you'll see this is what all my clips are gonna be. This is something that I use in a video game. Social media Oh, my bad, bro. So it's probably a loud music, right? So what I'm gonna be doing in the background while you guys are talking and we're having the communication, I'm gonna be making a custom layout for us to use. So when I'm posting, any type of content about the group, we're gonna have a custom one. Instead of seeing my logo everywhere at the BS podcast, I'm gonna get our colors. So anytime we have our viral clips, people can share this. And then if you have a Canva, I can send you this template and then you can customize it yourself. Put your own twist on it. Let's work. Let's go. Sure.
Moving audience, you definitely know how to bring, these conversations that are not oftenly spoken of. Like we're having a great conversation going on.
Sustainability. What's popping? What's popping? Appreciate y'all for tuning in. What up, Oscar? Appreciate you, right? So,
And it totally
what I'm doing right now, I'm about to go into Canva and make a sustainability leadership, template so that we can make sure that we got something new and popping going, right? So, as I'm gonna do that, I'm gonna go here. I'm gonna go to, what I'm saying, the Canva joint. This is my joint, but you know what I'm saying? I'm gonna be able to be like, boom, from the snap, bro. Yeah. I'm gonna change the text, of course, but change this. What should I do? Hmm, let's do. Uh-oh. That's what's up. Yeah. Mhm. going to be insane. Oh, no, 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 no. So even with that, right? Because I'm preparing for that. No, you're no, you're 100% correct, right? And I'm preparing for that. And the reason why I'm preparing for that is even within ChatGPT, right? I'm now messing with their Zapier links, their custom links. So I know that like so what I'm doing, I know that ChatGPT doesn't have the quote unquote capability of building quote unquote frameworks right away. But I know that they have an API that's communicative between Zapier that can if I say, "Hey, take this CSV file," I pass it through ChatGPT. As long as I make this little website, this little template I'm making, right? I'm probably only going to have to make that once. You're right. In the future, there's going to be a way that I say, "Hey, create this template for a reel for YouTube that has this header, this, and this, and there." But right now, it's really not there yet. Right now, I'm building my little model that if I have 5 or 6 templates to create a reel, I'll say title, title one, header one, header two, paragraph, caption, description, and then it'll read my CSV and it'll automatically put the content where I need it to be. Because right now, no, no, I know that's yeah, go ahead. Oh yeah, facts. But no, hold on. But the reason why I'm doing that is because I know that even while Canva was being used, I know that Canva is integrated with Bing Chat because they're using their magic quote unquote AI studio to connect with Adobe. And they're one of the only ones. And I was wondering like why isn't Adobe and Canva connecting? But Canva is actually, allowed to do the Zapier transfers. I'm not looking at the people that are going to be adapting to it at a super high macro level like we are. The people that are still going to be walking the baby steps, those people, even Canva already set up their slots. I'm working with the ecosystem. I'm looking at even with my development, with my application, what I'm building, I'm supposed to connect to everything. It's the Insta marketing app. I got to connect to Adobe. I got to connect to Apple. I got to connect to Google. So certain tools, I actually suggest people until they're able to get there. I know what Bing is about to do. I mean, I know what Microsoft's about to do. They just snapped. When I just saw Nancy Pelosi, she just what she took out $5 million shares. What was that? December 15th or 17th. She took out $5 million shares in Nvidia. Oh, I know what's about to happen. Who's the biggest financial, computer provider in the world? The world, Microsoft. Oh, what happened when they tried to fire that CEO? 700 people said they'll quit. Then what happened 72 hours later? They came back, and then everybody that fired them is gone. Bro, that was like a movie. That was some that was something that if you weren't watching it, you were like, "Yo, that's real?" Woo! And they gave up. Then people, I said, "Joe, we're on year 1. What industry do you know makes 50 to 70 billion in a year?" AI made with one company, it made 10 billion. OpenAI itself can literally say they got 10 billion in a year through Microsoft deal. Do you know what would have happened if they would have kept that man off the board? If he would have went to go work at Apple, they'd have had a monopoly on the computer industry forever. They damn near do now. OpenAI is Microsoft. He was on some Jay-Z shit. He was like, "I'm gonna go find the next best person, and Imma hire him. I don't want no problems." Because you think ChatGPT or whatever, somebody said ChatGPT is dead. No, Jay, without ChatGPT, none of this is here, bro. You're a part of the metaverse, though. Yeah, facts. Yeah, yeah, facts. What the heck is going on? Uh, oh, no, no, no. Look, brother. Remember when there was one of those people when I said I couldn't afford your advice? I listened to every goddamn word you said, whether I liked it or not. You didn't have to take the time to analyze anything and or give me constructive criticism. So all you did, from what I heard, was either give me a way to think about how to perfect what I'm doing. Because I didn't hear you be disrespectful. I've yet to hear you say that it was bad. I have yet to hear you, in my opinion, call me a scammer, a liar, or anything of that nature. Um, so to have somebody that has accomplished and is doing what you have done to I think you listened to me for maybe 20, 30 minutes for free at 11:42 on the first. I'm very grateful and I thank you. Um, and I will create. And the reason why, and I can even answer these things, right? I know that Canva is about to be bought by them because Canva was the only thing that was competing with Adobe. And I know that it's about to be bought by them because it was the first integration in OpenAI when they released their apps, when they released their integrations. So once I knew that it was adapted because Adobe Cloud wasn't connected as easily. So I knew that, oh, I see the exportation capabilities. I looked at the Zapier links that they have. They just made a Zapier chain. I said, oh, I know that what 2 or 3 months ago they just opened up the app store. So I have 3 months to create a Zapier link that would use the tools that are necessary to connect Chat GPT because it was bigger than me. I want to say, hey, I want to have one of the only apps that connect Chat GPT to Bing to Bing through Zapier that is going to take a Canva template and or convert it into a PSD or any other file SS SVG necessary to be exported to Adobe Cloud because it's not there yet. Once you do that, because that all that was when I was thinking about it, I said somebody's just going to take that line of code that I have and they're not specifically going to use it just to use Canva. They may use it just to convert a file. I'm looking at it like we're about to create blocks and nodes of code in chunks to the point these functions, they're like a bunch of different functions connected. It's about to be super integrated. Like messages are going to be sent crazy. So I was like, look, I want to be one of the first guys that has one of these GPTs that converts a Canva file. Because right now, when you're trying to create a specific type of prompt using Canva, CapCut, and Adobe, it doesn't come out that clear. It comes out with a lot of generic examples. I want to get it to the point to where, especially since you can connect it to Firefly, you can create better images. And you'll also be able to take in data now since you have access to, if you created custom GPT, you can upload Google Docs. Google Docs can have videos. And if it's Chat GPT 4, if you can create you can create your own database. You can have an external database to where all those videos, if you prompt it the right way and you code it the right way, it can look through the text, the transcript, and the time frame if you know how to structure it. So I'm looking at it in a totally different way. I'm trying to see how can I take chunks of code and applications and use it to what this thing is going to be to be able to do probably 5, 10 years in the future, but do it right now. There's some people that are making Chat GPT and some of these apps do a lot of stuff that you would think takes an army to get done. Like they're going crazy. But look how many companies popped up, right? But look how do you notice? And this I would ask, Harman, do you think and have you noticed anything that has been introduced on a technological scale in the market that has possibly been integrated in 70 to 80% of the market within a year? I can't name one thing. Not the touchscreen cell phone, not 3G, not like, I can't. What did I tell them, visions? How much are they per unit? What would you estimate a quantum computer, a personal quantum? Because I have no idea. Damn, damn. How long you been developing? How long you been developing? How long you been developing? You said 20 years? Yeah. Oh, no, 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 not in quantum. I thought no, no, remember I said you're a coder. You've been coding. You know how to code, correct? Yeah, I said so that's what I meant. How long? So 35 years. So I said, no, 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 that's you know what I'm saying? So what I'm saying, like, imagine somebody that has 35 years. You're looking at it like, yo, I can't imagine. And then you're referencing people that created it, and they're telling you, like, yo, it's over. For sure. What did you say? How long do you think it's gonna take? Uh, double. It's just not even gonna be I think it's gonna be more. It's I think that number one, I believe that they can already give us access to quantum computing. They're choosing not to, um, just for control. just because if imagine if we had quantum computing right now with the amount of sloppiness within the regulation and infrastructure, they would get took for everything. They would get took for everything. So they can't allow people to have certain, access because if the civilians in other countries have quantum computing, you for damn sure our nation has quantum computing because they're defending against it. But like that's what like it's crazy that you brought that. Yeah, it's yeah. Mhm. I mean, yeah, no, yeah, it's yeah, it's hard. See, that's what it means. So yeah, it's so basically it means so like even with quantum computing, even like with our brains being a quote unquote organic quantum computer, the reason why even our emotions or our body or we can think that we feel or experience multiple things at the same time is because with quantum computing, like you said, when they're doing the equation to find out the answer, it is an infinite equation with the infinite amount of right answers regardless of the variables and scenarios because it's calculating if a one can be zero and one can be one and a zero can be zero and a zero can be one at the same time. It's quantifying all possibilities. So like when he's talking about the qubit, it's like uh, any equation that it takes to get it, it's going to do it in as many possible ways as possible, all at the same time, regardless if it was quote unquote possible or not. So it's gonna say, hey, I'm gonna do some thing that I know could be impossible, regardless if the scenario happened or not, to find out what is actually real and then create it. Yes, it's hard. I made it. I got this little one done.